and go the other way and see people try to change directions, hard to do it.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Washington. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
24.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now a play fake. Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Joseph. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Collins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They give left side to Collins, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Gun. Get up!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Third and long. It's Ryan. They'll roll him out right. Got him in. He finds Sanders. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Ryan to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Ready, Black 25. Hey, express. Hey, gun.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now Carr, and his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Alex Collins that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Collins. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So the Broncos coming out now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. On the move to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And it's fielded at the 34. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On play action, it's Carr. Oh, he stays up. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Carr. And that's incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He spins free, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Everybody scoot up, scoot up. Head, head. Hey, watch 11, watch 11. Ready, go.
On first down, Ryan. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
21. Ready, go.
Now it's Ryan. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Alert, alert. 21.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, express! Got it! 280! Gun! Mike's 50. Hey, white. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Anderson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Gun! 280! Gun! Let him go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
280! Hey, 80's yours!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
Let's go!
I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let him go!
The give to the fullback on the dive. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
You got 4. 54, Sam! Gun!
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And McManus able to put it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, gun. Hey, express.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Gun.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. Powering it, and now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And he's got it up and through. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. And not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Raiders. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Hey, wait.
Ryan wants to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile for Oakland, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.